Hi everyone, this is Otis Burt III, and I'm going to continue my NFL regular season prediction video for this NFL season. And I just did my AFC predictions in my last video, so now I'm going to do my NFC predictions. And I'll start off with the NFC East. And the game the other night between the Cowboys and the Giants won't really affect my predictions that I'm going to go with for this division. But I'm still going to go with the Eagles to win the NFC East. And that might be kind of surprising because I'm not picking the Giants, because the Giants won the Super Bowl last year and everything, and it's kind of like, I guess kind of weird to go against the team that won the Super Bowl the year before. But I mean, it'll be kind of hard to see the Eagles not really kind of hard, but I mean it'll be kind of weird to see them, a team with all that talent miss the playoffs 2 years in a row. But I think they'll win this division. I mean, they definitely have the most talent in this division with Michael Vick, with LaShawn McCoy, with Deshaun Jackson, Rogers Cromartie, Nnamdi Asomugha, and it's a pretty good team. I guess I'll buy into the Eagles hype a little bit, but they're pretty good. I think they're good enough to win the NFC East. Don't know if they're good enough to go to the Super Bowl though, but I think they'll definitely win that division. But in second place though, despite their loss the other night, I'm going to go with the Giants to win a division. You know, they did win the Super Bowl last year, and even though no one excuse me, and even though no one expected them to win a division, excuse me, even though no one expected them to win a division, well, I mean I don't know if anyone did, but I mean with the season they were having, no one expected them to win a Super Bowl, but they got hot at the right time like they did in 2008, and they won a Super Bowl. But I mean they're still decent. They're still one of the better teams in the NFC. With Eli Manning there, with Victor Cruz, with Hakeem Nicks, with Justin Tuck on defense, O.C. Umenyiora still there, Corey Webster. I mean, they have a decent team. They added Bennett from the Cowboys, and they're definitely a good enough team to make the playoffs again this year. I have them as one of my wild cards in the NFC, so I'm going to go with the Giants as the second place team in the NFC East. Third place, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, but I mean the Cowboys. Yes, they won the other night, and they played the Giants tough, and they played a great game against them. But I don't know if they'll be able to do this all season. I mean, of course, they still have Tony Romo. They have DeMarco Murray. They have Des Bryant. They have Miles Austin. They have Ogletree who scored 2 touchdowns the other night, and they have decent defense overall. But I don't know if they can keep that up the whole season. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, but they'll definitely challenge for one of the NFC wildcard spots. But I don't see them winning that division. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys as their place team in the NFC East. In last place, I'm gonna go with the Redskins, and the Redskins have they'll definitely have a good future, especially with Robert Griffin III at quarterback. So they definitely have a good building block there. They added Pierre Garcon. They added Joshua Morgan, the former Niners wide receiver. Hilo is still there. They have decent players there. It's kind of weird to let Chris Cooley go, but I mean I guess they were building now, so you'll basically see how RG3 does them this year. But I'm gonna go with the Redskins as the fourth place team in the NFC East. As far as the NFC South goes, I'm gonna go with the Saints to win a division. I mean, they're even though despite all the bounty stuff, they didn't really have any draft picks this year. They don't really have a head coach right now, but they're still the most talented team in that division. And even though Jonathan Vilma won't be playing this year. But I mean, they still have Drew Brees. They still have Peter Thomas. They still have Marquise Colston. They see who else they have. They still just they have a good team, a good overall team. I mean, it's hard to really go against the Saints. They're still the best team in the NFC South. I think they're still, in my opinion, one of the best teams in the NFC. You still have to put them in the conversation still. So I'm going to go with the Saints to win the NFC South. Second place, I'm going to go with the Falcons. And a lot of people aren't really, I guess, as high in the Falcons right now because they go to the playoffs, they always lose. It seems like, and Matt Ryan hasn't won a playoff game yet. But I mean, the Falcons are still a decent team. I think they'll be in the NFC wildcard race, even though I'm picking them to be in the second place in the NFC South. But they still have Matty Ice, Matt Ryan at quarterback. They have Julio Jones. They have, of course, Tony Gonzalez. They have Michael the Burner Turner. I guess the Burner Turner is his nickname, I think. But yeah, they have Michael Turner there, and they're still a decent team overall. So I'm gonna go with them. I'll go with the Falcons as the second place team in the NFC South. Third place, I want to go with the Panthers, and the Panthers were, definitely an upcoming team last year with Cam Newton there. They have Williams, they have Jonathan Stewart, they have Steve Smith. So they definitely have an explosive offense, and their defense isn't too bad. But I definitely think they'll be in the in the wild card conversation, or at least like in the race for the NFC wild card spot. So I think I picked them to be third place in the NFC South, but they're definitely a good a good upcoming team. The Panthers are associated with Cam Newton, that quarterback. So I think the Panthers will be in third place in NFC South. Um, Last place, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. And they added Vesta Jackson, and they still have Josh Freeman there. They're just I don't really see too much out of them this year. I mean they're kind of rebelling now too, I guess. But I don't really see much from the Panthers, from the Buccaneers there. So I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers as the last place team in the NFC South. As far as the NFC North goes, I'm gonna go with the Packers to win that division. And the Packers are still a great team. I mean, with Aaron Rodgers there, of course, Donald Driver, who won Dancing with the Stars in the offseason, is still there. They have Jennings still there. They have Charles Woodson on defense, B.J. Raji, Clay Matthews. They're going to be a tough team to reckon with. Sadly for my Niners, I'm a Niner fan, as you can see, of course. They're going to be a tough team to reckon with, Sunday and this whole season for everybody. So I definitely think they'll win the NFC North this season. So I'm gonna go with the Packers. Second place, I'm gonna go with the Bears. And the Bears, they're definitely a good team. I have them as my other wild card team in the NFC. They added Brandon Marshall, so he's reunited with Jay Cutler. So that's going to be huge. They finally have no one wide receiver in Brandon Marshall. Of course, Jay Cutler's still there, so they're reunited. Errol Bennett is still there. Matt Forte got a new deal, so he'll be more motivated this year. They added Michael Bush from the Raiders. They added Jason Campbell from the Raiders, even though he probably won't play, because Jay Cutler's there. But I mean, they have a decent team. Devin Hester's still there, so I think the Bears are good enough to make the playoffs as a wildcard team, and I have them, as the second place team in the NFC North. Third place, I'm going to go with the Lions. And the Lions were definitely a great story last year. Made it to the playoffs for the first time. Last year since '99. But they're definitely a good upcoming team. I don't know if they can make the playoffs this year, but they'll definitely be in the NFC wildcard conversation. They'll probably battle out for those last, for one of the last wildcard spots. But I think they'll definitely